What's going on, people? Welcome to the Player Rating Show for our absolute horror show. We're still speechless. The play, I mean, it felt like, was there even a point of doing it? Because they're all zero.
Yeah.
But it's like, we can't just do it when we win. We got to keep professional.
If they're not professional, we still got to be professional.
Exactly, Hayley.
That's why I didn't run off the stream.
And you wanted to.
And I wanted to.
We all did.
Many times.
Yes, exactly. Well, how do you...
Give me the daggers.
Honestly, yeah, it was like, I was like, we got to face this. We got to face the music. We don't get to run away. We have to face it. How do you start at rating David De Gea when he conceded 7 goals? And quite a few at near post as well, where it looked like he couldn't be...
Do you know what the sad thing is that after 3 goals, you just don't pay attention to De Gea anymore.
No.
Because the players in midfield and the outfield players have been dreadful. De Gea, I watched some of the goals back. There were a few near post ones you think you should do better, but at that point, like, that was all because of how poor we were, how poor the outfield players were. De Gea, 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Might even say 1.
But
because you know what, actually, in the first half when we were actually all right,
yeah,
he was playing a couple of balls. It feels like so long. The distribution was good. But it just seems stupid even talking about some of the positives because 1, 2.
You lot are
0.
doing minuses.
Yeah, well,
I was doing up minuses. Yeah. We bang on about he's a great shot stopper and his distribution is poor. Well, I didn't see any good shot stopping today.
Yeah. Not 1. Yeah.
Not 1. So does he even get 1?
0. We've lost 7-0. This is the most embarrassing.
Yeah.
Right back, Dallo.
We was very open. Very open at that side. And I really wanted Wan-Bissaka there because I knew this type of game. But he can get a 1. Because he could have got an assist. The thing that he's good at, he did produce it. We just didn't get a goal from it, which would have given him his assist. I give him a 1.
Now, how mad that is that, like, you've bumped it up to a 1. Like, I've never this whole year for 1 assist. I mean, I'm only going to go player by player because I don't think we're going to disagree on much because it was so low. This feels weird. I can't even do you know what I mean? I just feel. I don't know, you guys watching at home, if you can feel the feeling of how eerie it is inside here and just, Varane.
Varane got spun like a Beyblade. He got spun. The whole defence really got spun, but Varane, especially in that first goal. I mean, we can blame Delo, we can blame Fred, but that last bit there, he doesn't anticipate the movement and then he just gets done out. He got spun.
And the one where, I don't know if, because I lost count of the goals, obviously. I don't know if it's the 3rd or the 4th, whatever, but he just the ball's just doing this. He's like Pingu, bro. Like, he just, do you know what I mean? And I was like, Rafa, man, you're my guy, but it has to be a 0. He wasn't there. He was non-existent. Martinez, we waxed lyrical about Martinez. He is our butcher. He is our guy. We love him. Today, spun, rattled, yellow cards. Salah embarrassed him today. With that passage of play when Cody Gakpo scored. Another 0?
I saw a meme. They're taking a piss. He was like...
When he's turned around again, where's he going? Yeah. I know.
It's bad.
It's bad. It was the one that which you would attribute to Trent. You know what I mean? But it was the second goal, I think.
But the one thing is, as much as I'm saying he played bad, because he did, he was still fighting. I actually saw him still try, like, he really was trying, but he still was shit.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Don't get off the hook.
Yeah, it just shows, like,
ungraded.
You need more than one player to try and do their job properly. Do you know what I mean? He was trying, like, he got ripped. You know, he's a fighter, but we needed more fight from the other players. So that's it.
Luke Shaw, our most dependable player. It hurts. And look, you know this is within the context of this game. Everyone watches the player ratings. This isn't us overreacting and saying these players are now rubbish. We're judging it because we just lost 7-0 in this 90 minutes. And Luke Shaw today, we were so happy that he was playing because we really, really needed him.
Yeah.
He started well.
Exactly.
He started well. He was going down the left-hand side, whipping crosses in, doing up connection with, who was on the left?
Bruno.
He started
in that period of the game, though, he was in the ascendancy.
Yeah, he did. So I just don't know what happened at half time.
Plays that pass for the second goal.
Do you know what? I was just about to say 1, but then because you reminded me of he's 0.
Then he's just fouling up Nunes.
Well, the sad thing is that I thought both fullbacks in the first half were very active. They were both getting up the pitch, putting crosses into the box. But when I look at Luke Shaw in the second half, if you could give minus, you'd give a minus because he was involved in almost every goal that we conceded.
That one who kicks it against Firmino and then it just goes to flipping someone else. Goes to someone else in this score. I can't even remember, but -1. Oh mate, midfield, Casemiro.
The thing is about Casemiro in this game, I barely noticed him, and even in the first half, he wasn't great because he kept losing the ball, giving the ball away. In possession, he didn't do well with the Liverpool press. You could see he kept losing the ball, and even then, the goal where I don't know what goal it was now, but it was him. We just didn't win the duels, and the ball didn't stay on him. You know, it didn't stick to him, and then he just lost possession of the ball. He was 0. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't think there's much to add to that. Fred. First goal, doesn't cover the space properly.
Yeah.
I
He knows
Fred,
it. Same.
It was
same.
really, mate, for him to mess up at the first goal, it hurt because Fred, you've been in good form,
Doing well for us.
been doing good things, but it's unfortunate that your positional sense wasn't there for that goal, and it was a big factor right before half time. So for that, Fred, I'm sorry, you're getting a 0.
Yeah. Who else was in midfield? I forgot now. Oh, it was Weghorst who was in the 10, actually. Do you know what? Weghorst in the first, when we was playing well, he was one of the ones why we was playing well. Holding up the ball, doing what he needs to do. Obviously, the team just went down from there. I'm actually not going to give him a 0. I'll give him not much better, but like a 3. 4, maybe 3.
Yeah, I think it's
But
fair. Like
he was the best.
Yeah, I think in that half an hour period in the first half, you can talk about the fullbacks, you could talk about the hold up play and the link up from Weghorst was really good. I thought he was really good, but then again, the second half he went missing and he got taken off.
Exactly.
So
Really should be 2.
but best of the bad bunch. I guess.
Exactly. Now we get to the front line. Bruno played on the left.
-2. -2, and you get an extra deduction because you was the captain and you faded. You didn't even fade, you was washed. It was -2, Bruno. Damn.
It was really bad. And especially when the chips are down, okay, fair enough, you want to be in people's faces, but the petulant side came in, the time like looking for look, I'm not going to ask him to change because there's far too much that Bruno does good for us when we're playing well and we want him on our team. But when that's the slight bit of that is when the chips are down. Obviously, Bruno won't change, and he won't change, and he will still be the same.
You said in the first half as well. You said, "I hope this is not one of these games where Bruno he's petulant and the performance doesn't match his enthusiasm or his wanting to win." In the game, he done nothing.
And that's exactly what happened.
I kind of feel for him in a sense. On the left, he was non-existent, and that's clearly not his position. Clearly not his position. But the petulance kept giving away the ball as well. Poor 0. Like, what can you give?
Yeah, we've got -2 there and a 0. You get the drift.
Yeah.
Up front, Rashi. I mean, people were saying that why did he start there, etc., etc. That's not his fault. He had to play there. Had the guilt as chance at 0-0. As did Bruno with the header. Then just again, it's hard to mark players because they just gave up and it capitulated. So it's like. Has to be another 0, isn't it?
Has to be 0. He was non-existent. Again, non-existent. And I think we've been saying that Rashford has gotten better in that number 9 position.
He's been our star man. And that's why this hurts so much because I don't want to throw shade at our players because the turnaround they've done has been unbelievable, especially Marcus Rashford. But we're only marking it on that 90 minutes of what we just saw. We can't ignore that. We can't. But
I wish I could ignore
exactly. But we've all sat in the same room and said we're going to bounce back. We've got Eric Ten Hag. It's going to be fine. Don't panic. Everybody, calm down. But in the sense of marking the players for the 90, we have to be honest.
He had a great chance. I was please go it like just. you've come on leaps and bounds, composure wise as well. That that was old Rashford in just that
in that little
in
moment.
that little moment,
Yeah.
and it cost us in the sense that if we had gone 1 up,
Yeah.
it would have been a different game. There's no way we would have lost 7,
No.
conceding 7.
No. Anthony today.
Bad. Even when we was playing well in the first half, I was even saying him and Bruno, who don't hold possession well, needed to be at their best today at Anfield. And because he was giving away the ball so much, and did you know he wasn't tracking back as well? And that is when we was playing on the better. So even when we got worse and you're not tracking back as well, damn.
Similar to the City game. He didn't track back in that game. We were saying games prior before that he was tracking back. He was getting involved defensively, helping out the fullback. But today he wasn't doing it enough. That's why Delo at times he was just isolated and he kept getting.
That's why Fred had to come over so many, because he was by himself.
Yeah, I think he wasn't there. He wasn't there, And I think he's young. He's still got time to go. But I think when you look at it and you deep his game, I think he slows down our progression just a bit at times, to the point where it stops us from creating any chances. And not just that. Every time just cutting in, like you see the fullback making an overlap, pass the ball. Do you know what I mean? And we don't see that enough from him. So I think he needs to sort that part of his game out.
Yeah, has to be a minimum of a 0 again. The subs that came on, I mean,
Garnacho throwing himself down.
Garnacho is this. They all made 0 impact, didn't they? So they all get zeros. Grading Ten Hag today. That's where we can talk tactically. Would it have been better to, I know it's hindsight, and forget the unprofessionalism for a second, because, this isn't all on Ten Hag, but this is his grade. This is the bit that we can portion towards him. You have to say that didn't work out, having Bruno on the left and not having Rashford there.
Not starting Wan-Bissaka.
Not starting Wan-Bissaka, you could argue, definitely was another one. Maybe the substitutions early in the second half, could they have come sooner? The players that he brought on, it just didn't work. Nothing he did. Obviously, couple that with, which is the main reason we lost, which is the players. Absolutely. This is not, the loss isn't on Ten Hag, but the initial setup, you could argue, wasn't there. But in defence to Eric Ten Hag, again, in the first 40 minutes of the game, we all sat there and said, we created enough chances to score. And football, goals change games. And if we would have scored in them moments, we would have been praising Ten Hag to say, wow, Weghorst was in the 10, Rashford was up front, actually Bruno was on the left.
I still would have said, if we had won this game, I still would have said Ten Hag got away with Bruno being on the left. I just didn't like him there.
It doesn't fit, does it? Yeah. So there you have it. There are player zeros. They're not even ratings, are they? Because we're not rating them at all. We're saying how rubbish they were today. But needs must, at the end of the day, we've got to keep it consistent. We're not just going to do player ratings when we're jumping up outside down Wembley. When you hold it and you get cornered, you have to face the music, and we are facing the music. Let us know how you're feeling in the comments, because I know you're not going to be feeling any better than we are. Peace.